Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is now in session. The court is in session with the jail review docket. First case is cause number 24 CCCR 0052. Case is style of State of Texas versus Francisco Mejías Marquez. And Mr. Mejías Marquez speaks Spanish. However, we have Ms. Cynthia Renteria, who will be interpreting for us. Renteria, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Renteria, do you swear to interpret Spanish to English and English to Spanish, so help you God?
Will do.
Okay. And Mr. Renteria, how are you doing?
I'm good.
That's good. Now, Ms. Renteria, ask Mr. Mejia Marcus if his full name is Francisco Mejías Marcus.
¿Ese es su nombre completo? Yes.
And tell him to raise his right hand.
Alce su mano derecha.
Mr. Mejías Marcus, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
¿Usted afirma decir la verdad, nada más que la verdad, que lo ayude Dios?
Sí.
Yes. Okay. You may put your hand down.
¿Puedo pedir un permiso? ¿Puedo pedirle un permiso? Que si le puedo pedir permiso ahí.
Un permiso aquí.
Después, para orar.
He wants your permission to pray first.
He needs to pray? Okay.
Okay, puede ser.
Padre que tengo cielo, santificado sea tu nombre, Señor. A esta hora que vamos a proceder a juicio aquí, te pido, Señor, que ponga a mí siempre el deseo de decir la verdad y nunca mentir la mentira. Y sé con cada uno de nosotros aquí presentes que tu Santo Espíritu esté con nosotros, nos guíe y nos proteja. Y Padre, tú sabes los proyectos que tengo en mi mente con respecto a mis cosas desde niño y lo que tengo en mente y lo que siempre vi desde yo salir de allí. Y te pido, Señor, que tome control de mi vida futura junto con estos proyectos y aquí lo que se decida, que yo asuma la parte que me toca por mi culpa y yo no me siento que soy mejor que nadie. Le digo que soy el primer pecador que hay. Yo no tengo problemas con ninguna persona, sino con problemas 2014 que tuve un problema extraño que fue que una cosa rara que sentí y solo tú sabes esto y ya es un proceso largo y ya gracias a ti que llegué a este estado de Houston, Texas, estudiando conmigo la medicina, me he sanado y te pido que tome control de mí y que nadie me mire a mí humano, que te miren a ti primeramente antes de hacer cualquier cosa. Y esto que va a suceder aquí, que sé que lleve lo que usted decida y él me quisa, Padre, envíame a mí. Y lo que tenga yo que cumplir, lo cumplo bajo tu divino Santo Jesús.
Amén.
Amen. Now, Mr. Mejías Marcus is represented in this case by his attorney, Attorney Mark Faggart. Attorney Faggart, do you waive a record in Mr. Mejías Marcus'
We
case?
do.
And Mr. Faggart, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. And the state is represented by Haley Simmons. Ms. Simmons, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks, Max. Now, Mr. Mejías Marcus, I have before me a document that is titled Information Sheet. In this information sheet, it alleges that you, Francisco Mejías Marcus, on or about November 11, 2023, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of criminal mischief. Do you understand what you've been charged with?
Así entiende el cargo que tiene contra usted que sucedió en noviembre 11 del 2023, que es una clase A de delito menor. ¿Sí reconoce ese cargo contra usted? Yes.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
A este cargo se declara culpable, no culpable o no contesta el cargo.
Culpable.
Guilty.
Guilty. Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Usted se está declarando culpable por usted mismo.
Sí,
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Y se está declarando culpable porque en sí es culpable.
sí, yo rompí eso.
Yes, he did
Okay.
right there.
Now, Mr. Majias Marcus, do you recognize this document?
¿Reconoce ese documento? El que firmamos hoy.
Ahora sí.
Yes.
Okay. On page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials on the line that's titled guilty. Are these your initials?
En esa segunda página donde está la culpabilidad, hay unos iniciales. ¿Esos son sus iniciales?
Sí,
Yes.
On page 3 of this document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
¿Esa es su firma en ese documento?
sí.
Yes.
On the next page of the same document, on the first page of the same document, there's a paragraph that is titled citizenship. I'm going to go over this paragraph with you.
El juez le va a explicar ese párrafo que habla de la ciudadanía.
And it reads as follows. If you are not a U.S.
Si
citizen,
usted no es ciudadano,
a plea of guilty or no contendere
el que usted se declare culpable o no conteste cargo
may result in your deportation,
puede resultar en que sea deportado,
exclusion from admission to the country,
excluyen admisión de este país
or denial of naturalization under federal law.
o quizás le nieguen a ser naturalizado bajo las leyes federales.
Do you understand that?
¿Sí entiende?
Sí,
Yes.
Okay, I need to have him to put his initials next to that paragraph.
Va a poner sus iniciales aquí en este párrafo. Aquí va a poner sus iniciales. Sí, sí. Ahí nomás en esa línea, sí, lo mejor que pueda.
I think I put the wrong power contacts in. I think I got a bunch of old dailies I've been buying.
Que se vea en el documento.
You can see great, but it's not.
Yeah.
Or when you get older,
Sí, sí.
especially when you hit the seas. It's not sad.
Aquí, oh, here you go.
I also have a document that is titled Spanish for all foreign nationals except those from mandatory notification countries.
Ese documento es como para notificar a los países de donde es.
Ask him if he recognized that
¿Sí
document.
conoce este documento?
sí.
Yes,
Now, on that document is no circled.
yes.
Okay, there's, above the word that is titled no, the question is, do you want us to notify your consular officers at this time? And you circle no, is that correct?
Usted dijo que no quiere que se le notifique a su país, ¿está cierto?
Mm.
No quiere que
No
se le
quiero que
notifique.
lo sepa.
He does not want them to know.
Okay. Thank you. I also have a document that is titled misdemeanor, that's titled trial court certification of the defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Ese documento lo reconoce.
Sí,
Yes.
Is that your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Esa es su firma.
sí.
Yes.
At the top of this document, there are two boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
En la primer marca está diciendo que este caso no tiene el derecho de apelación. Yeah.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
La segunda caja está diciendo que usted se está dando de derechos a apelar el caso. Yeah.
Sí.
Okay. I also have a document that is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
¿Reconoce ese documento?
Sí,
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
¿Esa es su firma?
sí,
Yes.
Mr. Mejias Marquez. Before you signed all of these documents, did Ms. Renteria go over these documents with you in Spanish?
¿Sí se le explicaron esos documentos en español?
sí,
And did you
Yes.
understand everything that she went over?
Sí, sí comprendió todo.
Sí.
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Todo es cierto a su conocimiento de sus documentos.
sí,
Yes.
And ask him if he's a citizen of the United States.
¿Es usted ciudadano de este país?
no,
No.
Okay, and he's a citizen of Cuba?
¿Es ciudadano de Cuba?
sí,
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Faggett, pursuant to the case of Padilla versus Kentucky, did you advise your client to the consequences of him pleading guilty or no contest, since he is not a U.S. citizen?
I advised him that there were potentials that he could be deported in accordance with federal law.
Okay,
You want to tell him
Nomás están diciendo que si se le advirtió que no es ciudadano de ese país por el riesgo de que sea deportado.
sí,
Yes.
okay. Now, state, I have before me state's exhibit number 1. State, would you like to offer state's exhibit number 1 into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
that? None.
No objections. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted into evidence. Mr. Faggett, you advised that counsel, Mr. Mejias Marquez, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
I think I'll respond in this way. I think he may have a couple mental health issues, but does he fully understand the nature of the proceedings against him, understand the charges against him, able to effectively communicate with his attorney with and without the assistance of an interpreter? I would say yes. I think he's competent to stand trial.
And Ms. Renteria, you have communicated with him. Is there anything that you noticed that, did he understand everything that you went over?
Yes, sir, he did.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Mejias Marquez, your attorney, Mr. Faggett has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
¿Está satisfecho con la manera que su abogado lo representó?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Mejias Marquez, I will accept your plea of guilty.
El juez va a aceptar su culpabilidad,
I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial.
que está mentalmente competente para tener este juicio.
I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Y que también tiene suficiente evidencia para encontrarlo culpable de este cargo.
And I will also find that your pleas and waivers was freely and voluntarily given.
Y que todo fue hecho por su voluntad.
sí,
Yes.
State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that
In
agreement?
exchange for defendant's plea of guilty, the state's offering 30 days jail plus court costs.
What's the court cost in this case?
277.
Mr. Mejias Marcus, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for any time that you're entitled to get by law.
El Estado le está ofreciendo 30 días en la cárcel de este condado, el cual le van a dar crédito por el tiempo que ya ha servido.
Now, Mr. Mejias Marcus, The court cost in this case is $277. Will you be able to pay the court cost of $277?
El costo de la corte son $277. El juez le está preguntando si usted puede pagar los $277.
Ahora no.
No.
Your Honor.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to get some information from him. Let me do this here.
Así.
Okay, now, Mr. Majias Marcus, do you understand the state's offer?
¿Sí entiende la oferta del Estado? Yes.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Sí, piensa que su oferta fue justa.
Sí,
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Y si acepta la oferta del Estado.
sí.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Marquez Marcus, I will follow the people are in agreement that you have entered into with the state. Stand next to your attorney and follow the directions of our clerk once you finish.
Ahora pase acá y va a seguir las instrucciones de la señora.
You have a blessed day. And you have a blessed day, Ms. Renteria.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
You are.